What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the show. This is Point Blank with me, the one and only reformed bad boy. Welcome. This is Monday morning. Today, we're going to talk about drugs. We're going to talk about California's governor, and we're going to talk about the decline of comedy in, Western culture. Anyway, today, also, I have with me, this is Jack, cameraman Jack. He's here.
What's up?
He's going to be co-hosting today as we talk about these things. Just for, this is a special Monday. Special Monday.
So true, King.
Thanks, King. We're going to get into it. First thing, just put on your headphones right now because I want you to watch this. We're all going to watch this together. Little bit of backstory. Over the weekend, I was in my hotel for work. I'm not going to tell you guys what I do, but I was in a hotel for work, and I don't have a TV. So in the hotel, I was watching TV, and I saw this commercial, and I thought, how in the world does this commercial fly? How is this on air? So let's watch this together. We can talk about it. Here we go.
People with moderate to severe psoriasis are rethinking the choices they make, like the splash they create, the entrance they make, the surprises they initiate. Otezla, it's a choice you can make. Otezla is not a cream. It's a pill that treats plaque psoriasis differently.
What?
With Otezla, 75% clear skin is achievable. Don't use if you're allergic to Otezla. It may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Otezla is associated with an increased risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts, or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur. Tell your doctor about your medicines and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Otezla, show more of you.
It just keeps going. All right. You take the headphones off. I watched this commercial, and I thought, there's no freaking way that this flies on air. How in the world is this on air? And can you guess why? Like, why I thought that?
No.
Well, one, it's an advertisement for a drug, and they don't actually care about your well-being. They care about making money. That's what drugs company does. That's what the pharmaceutical industry does.
Are we the only country who does that? I think we are.
Two countries. I looked into this.
Allow.
I looked into this after I saw that commercial. Here's what I caught was like, oh yeah, by the way, if you take this, you might get diarrhea. Definitely don't take it if you're depressed because it will add to your depression and it might make you suicidal.
Oh.
Also, there was tract infection? What is it? A urinary tract infection, but it's like some kind of tract infection at the end. I just thought, am I the only sane person in the world who watches this trailer and is like, Is clearer skin worth?
Is it worth
diarrhea, depression, suicidal thoughts, and like a urinary tract infection?
Don't ask questions. Just
Yes.
take it, and then kill yourself later. They'll take your money, then you'll.
I couldn't believe it because I thought who's okay, like role play a little bit all right, I'm the trailer. Oh hey, do you want clearer skin?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. What if it also came with diarrhea, depression, suicidal thoughts, and a urinary tract infection?
You had me at diarrhea.
Awesome. Okay, it's $9,000.
Just give me a payment plan, man. Just charge me 30%
okay,
interest.
yeah, 30% interest for the next 30 years. It's worth more than your mortgage. Okay. But really though, who's like, I want clearer skin, and I don't have the worst depression, so maybe this product's for me. I don't know.
Just take multiple antidepressants. It'll offset it. You'll
exactly. So
Don't ask
you did jump the gun a little bit. I looked it up, and so here's what I found about drug advertisement. This comes from Harvard Health Publishing from Harvard Medical School. It talks about don't get sold on drug advertising. Prescription drug ads are a multi-billion-dollar industry that promotes
Sponsored by Pfizer.
treatments. Yeah, Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson. That promotes treatments you may or may not need. Here's how to use that information to your advantage, blah, blah, blah. The United States and New Zealand are the only countries where drug makers are allowed to market prescription drugs directly to consumers. The U.S. consumer drug advertising boom on television began in 1997 when the FDA relaxed its guidelines relating to broadcast media.
Yeah.
So there's two countries. And then something I should have pulled up before the show is just the statistics on world depression and drug usage, and it's always America. It's the U.S.
We love our cartel drugs.
True.
That's why we keep our borders.
Yeah, we're keeping the borders open for fentanyl, which is I guess that's kind of like the hot drug right now. That's really killing everyone in Ohio and other states. Yeah, but I just couldn't believe that I don't have TV. I don't watch TV.
Yeah.
I'm too smart for it. I'm just the smartest man in the world.
Right.
And then as soon as I watch TV, I'm like, this is stupid. Who's watching this trailer? And it's like, actually, maybe Tesla is for me. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, second story today. This is Gavin Newsom. I don't know if you've heard of this. This is kind of recent this week. John MacArthur is back in headlines again.
Not seen this one.
So Newsom's pro-choice billboards citing Bible verses draw rebukes from religious leaders. Governor Gavin Newsom, he's from California. For those of you who don't know, he's the governor of California. He's got an inclusion of a Bible verse on 2 billboards in conservative-led states advertising California as an abortion sanctuary.
Ooh.
It's drawing sharp denunciations from religious leaders on the right. The Democratic governor, expected to easily win another term in November, announced last month that he would use his re-election campaign funds to buy billboard space in 7 states that have tightened restrictions on abortion since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade decision ensuring a national right to abortion. Indiana, Mississippi, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, and Texas. So here's the gist of the billboard. In Mississippi and Oklahoma, it says, Mark 12:31, with the message, "Need an abortion? California is ready to help." And then it says, "Love your neighbor as yourself. There is no greater commandment than this." It's
I'll love me.
so
Some neighbors.
So this is some great
Biblical exegesis. I think he knew.
Yeah.
He understood what Mark was saying.
Yeah, he understands what no one else
Right.
has ever been able to understand.
What did his pastor say about that? I wonder. What church does he go to?
New
church,
age
city.
Progressive City Church.
Yeah. Favorite one.
He's actually the pastor.
Not ordained. Just hey, I was reading my Bible this morning and I didn't see your opinion.
Yeah. Actually, I wasn't reading my Bible this morning, and I just actually wrote more of the Bible.
Like I added on to it, like abortion.
Yeah.
Is a human right, God given. Actually,
what I really like to do on this show is to put it in understandable terms, because what you hear is abortion sanctuary state, love your neighbor as yourself. And when that tries to drop is this compassion of like, okay, maybe this mother just can't afford having this child, so she can go to a sanctuary state, which is also a church term.
Yeah.
Sanctuary. And here's the English though. Hey, you want to kill your baby? And you want other people to help you?
It's pay us
love.
money
Yeah,
to kill your baby?
Yeah, come here, pay money, we'll kill your baby. And the Bible verse, love your neighbor as yourself, except for babies. We can kill those.
Yeah, except for those neighbors.
Yeah, except for those
Millions
neighbors.
and millions of neighbors.
The 63 million babies that have been aborted, just torn apart in the womb since 1973.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not in this article. This article, by the way, is coming from Washington Times, but also John MacArthur wrote a letter to Gavin Newsom.
Really?
This is 2 days ago, and an open letter to Governor Gavin Newsom, and it's decent length. Oh, we got his address. Holy smokes. Governor Gavin Newsom. Sir, Almighty God says in his word, righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a disgrace to any people. Scripture also teaches that it is the chief duty of any civic leader to reward those who do well and punish evildoers. It's from Romans 13, which I mentioned a couple days ago in a former episode. You not only have failed in that responsibility, you routinely turn on its head, rewarding evildoers and punishing the righteous.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't know, John MacArthur is probably one of the most I want to say loud voices, but not in a negative way. He just is a great authority voice from the Baptist denomination, Reformed Baptist, and he is always in the thick of it with California. He could have left California with the amount of money that they have as a church, but they decided to stay there to fight on the front lines against Gavin Newsom in most recent years. most recently during COVID, when California shut down, they actually sued the government and won
Yep.
because it's illegal to force the shutdowns of religion. And people, really snarky idiots, will say, like, well, what about satanic religion? It's like, well, that's not a religion. That's just a stupid cult of people who are so into themselves. And but people try to turn that. It's like, well, what if my religious belief is to abort babies? Yeah. Okay, you can't just murder. You can't just kill people and say, oh, it's my religion.
Yeah.
Or what if I went around and started raping people? Oh, it's my religion.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Absolutely not.
We have rules, and anything that Christians are doing is nothing compared to anything that satanic people will try to do with the abortion. It's part of their worship.
Yeah. My understanding of the founding fathers, when they used the word religion, was actually a more descriptive term of sects of Christianity, more like denominations, because, Christianity at that time, all the different states normally had like a state religion, but the religion was a Christian religion. So that was the term they used, but in reality, they really meant Christianity. So people look at that not understanding the historical background, culture of that context. So when the founders used religion, they meant Christianity, freedom to worship God, not freedom to kill my babies, not freedom to get fat and die and abdicate my, fatherly and manly responsibilities. Yeah. But freedom to worship God as an obedient civil servant.
In the comment section today, we'll get to that at the end of the show, as always. I think I have a comment prepared that's talks about why do I use the phrase Christian minority. And I think this is a good testament to Christianity, is Islam, the Muslim faith, is just as homophobic, transphobic. It's way more sexist and misogynistic than Christianity.
On its philosophy,
on everything, on its core. But people, if you dislike the religion or the people or whatever, they say you're Islamophobic. I have never once in my life heard anyone say that's Christian phobic.
Sure.
You're hating on Christians right now.
Make a joke so bad. I'm not afraid of getting blown up by Christians.
It's true. Let's see if there's any other good juicy bits in this letter to Gavin Newsom. The diabolical effects of your worldview are evident in the statistics of California's epidemic of crime, homelessness, sexual perversions like transgenderism, other malignant expressions of human misery that stem directly from your corrupt public policy. That's brutal. So basically he just chews him out. I don't know if there's no way Gavin responded to this. I mean,
really curious what if John MacArthur has any plans for his local government. You obviously know, I don't know if you've spoken on the podcast yet.
I haven't talked about like
Moscow
and
and Doug and all that.
Not really, not yet.
Okay.
Eventually we'll get there. But yeah, so Gavin Newsom is, like let's reel it way back to what started this article. Gavin Newsom is paying for billboards, and it's not his out-of-pocket money. It's funds, right? Re-election funds, which is usually donated to him. So he's using people's money.
Probably by Mitch McConnell.
He's using people's money to put up billboards in conservative states that says, hey, if you want to kill your baby, come to California, and if you question us in any way, love your neighbor as yourself. We're talking about it.
Yeah.
So in a way, it is good marketing. But what I see also is the states that he talked about. He said Mississippi and what was the other one? See it earlier. It was Mississippi and some other state. Oklahoma. Texas. That's crazy.
Dude, Texas is going downhill. I'm scared.
Tough. Yeah. What I don't like about this is a lot of people who want to push abortion because it does make a lot of money will target low income people, the poverty line, and they don't really know better. And they will belittle them, they'll victimize them, and they'll say, hey, you're a poor single mother. There's no way you can take care of this kid.
Yeah.
And that's a tactic. And those
Yeah.
mothers that follow through those abortions, that is a victim. That woman there
The
is a
mother?
victim. Yeah.
Sure.
The people who want to have
Coerced,
abortions
sure.
and they scream their abortion and free the nipple and all that crap
Yeah.
they're the ones that really need to go to prison for a long time. Anyway, next subject. Today, something I wanted to talk about is this is what happens when I watch TV. I saw another trailer for a new TV movie.
She-Hulk.
No, not yet. No, someday maybe. I saw another trailer for a new TV movie that's a comedy, and it looks like woke garbage crap.
okay.
And I want to talk about the decline of comedy. For those of you who don't know, I love comedy. I went to film school with the intentions of working on movies, which I did in Atlanta for 2 years. I was working on Hulu, Disney,
Yeah.
Netflix, Stars. I worked for a bunch of different productions, so I have a little bit of say on this. And then inevitably, I just didn't like all of it because you can't have a freedom to make good stuff. You have to make forced diversity just garbage. Just
Yeah.
it's about. I said this in an earlier podcast episode. I said that the left is putting the message first, and then the art form suffers because of it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the same thing with Christian movies, where people don't like Christian movies because it's all about the message
Exactly.
instead of the art form. So I was watching TV in my hotel, and I watched this trailer. We don't have to watch all of it, but let's watch this together and just get ready to bash it. This looks like crap.
You guys, look what I found!
I remember we used to play that.
Does that predict your future game?
World record for the longest fingernails?
All right, so I'm going to keep pausing while we watch. For those of you who are listening on Audible, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, thanks for listening. This is a murder. It's like a cursed Jumanji sort of film, comedy, and it's a bunch of friends, but I want to explain
I'm going to be
it.
a plumber.
Death by...
So there's the fat white guy, there's the fat black woman, there's the gay brown guy, and then there's the regular white woman.
There's a smudge.
So you can see them all right here in this one frame. Fat black woman, regular white woman, super just beyond gay brown guy, and then really chubby white guy.
A smudge.
You die by smudge. Mansion, apartment, shack, or house. Predict your
That
job.
was a fun
predict
game, actually.
Your spouse.
In elementary school.
The key is in what friendship takes. Read this poem, unlock your fates.
We have a visitor.
So keep in mind this is a comedy. Right there, that frame. The executive producer of The Office. I want to keep that in mind because we're going to talk about The Office.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Clearly press on, see?
I am not gonna be
It's always
a
the fat.
fucking plumber. Don't move.
It seems this poem's catching up with you fast.
Always hated poetry.
We have to end this game.
Chillax, homies!
How do we break the
All right, are you tired of this yet?
It's just...
Give it to me.
It almost knows what it is, and I hate that about it. It knows what it's trying to be. It feels like Atlanta trash TV wrapped in some movie, like medium budget, like I don't know. And the concept
It
is
doesn't
kinda
look
cool.
funny.
Oh yeah.
That's what I care about is the humor of it. And immediately,
Is it supposed to be funny?
yeah, this is a comedy.
Or is it supposed to be like situational, like here's a joke, I'm gay, I'm fat, all that. Laugh at me.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Now, if we just watch it and
How many friend groups out there, how many genuine, naturally made friend groups exist where you have a fat black woman, fat white guy, a regular white woman, and then a fat, super gay brown guy?
I can't answer that question.
Does that group exist
Naturally.
naturally anywhere other than porn or
could.
something? I don't
Like,
this-
like California, who knows? But you're talking about like people generally just kind of.
I'm talking about who is watching this. Who is the audience?
Netflix, people scrolling, binging.
So this just got one of every color. We got one of every sexuality.
Hey, no, that's how bigoted, homosexual, racist,
It's true.
homophobic. There are more than 5,000 genders. How dare you? We have not even begun to diversify this cast as much as we should have. We repent daily to Satan.
I'm honestly sad and upset that there are white people in the show.
Why
are there
I
still
don't
white
wanna
people
watch
on
a
TV?
white woman on screen? Where's the diversity? Where's the
real diversity, which is just an
where's
all
the
black
Native
cast?
American-
It's
just complete.
It's just,
What is,
imagine
like, House
the
of
next
Cards,
movie comes
black?
out and it's just it's like 12
Blackish.
black people, and
Oh
it was
my
like,
gosh,
it's the most diverse
diversity.
movie we've ever seen. Because there was genuine people mad watching Black Panther that there was 2 white guys in the entire movie. There's people that are like, there's too many white guys in this movie.
So true.
I'm like, you're absolutely right. We need to get them out of there.
They should die.
They should.
They should just like horror movies immediately. White guy, he's dead 2
They
minutes.
should
later.
die. They should die. Get out of here. Yeah, I don't want to keep watching this trailer. It just looks so stupid because just the forced diversity, the not funny. What it really is, it's millennial humor, which millennial humor is arguably just the worst humor ever.
It was like it's like early internet humor,
Yeah.
which is like they didn't even have good memes back.
Yeah,
They just had like we're weird.
and I think what it is as well is it's not offensive, therefore it's not funny.
So it could be me. Everything in this seems situational as opposed to good writing,
Yeah,
where it's like they wrote, lines, humor. All
let's
of that.
let's just listen to whatever this line is. This looks like the last little bit of the show from this trailer.
So cleansed, like,
How's everyone feeling?
so cleansed, like,
It's like I don't think gay humor is funny at all. It's really just stupid. But what I wanted to touch on is comedy. What makes comedy funny is that it's offensive. A good joke
Unexpected.
is either unexpected or there's something offensive about it.
Yeah, taboo. Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And comedy used to poke at everyone. I mean, you look at comics back in the day from the 90s, and people were making jokes at everyone.
Yeah.
And speaking of the executive producer of The Office, let's watch some Office clips where we can see what actual humor is like. And it's
boy.
not just gay people freaking out about whatever is scary. This is good.
All right. Okay. Kelly, how are you?
I just had the longest meeting.
Oh, welcome to my convenience store. Would you like some googie googie? Oh, I have some very delicious googie googie. Only 99 cents plus tax. Try my googie googie. Try my googie googie. Try my googie googie. Try my...
All right. So here's why this is funny. One,
Don't ask me the color of anything.
the reason this is funny is because we know that this is wrong.
Yeah.
But it's not you or me or the audience doing something wrong. It's this guy is doing something wrong. And we can laugh at him because he's doing something wrong.
Yeah.
In the trailer we just watched for that scary TV show that's a comedy or whatever, it's just random people who don't actually seem to be friends brought together to create this forced situation. Like I was saying earlier, this forced diversity is not normal in real life. It really isn't.
Yeah.
Because let's look at it this way. Even if you have a friend group that's all white guys and there's one black dude in the friend group, the reason he's there is not because he's black, it's because he has something in common with those white guys more than just the skin color.
So what's the commonality? Because friendship is just commonality.
Yeah.
What's the commonality in that trailer?
The thing is what
Debauchery,
debauchery,
paganism,
fatness,
Satanism.
obesity, obscenities, cursing. But yeah, that's what I'm
Sin.
saying. That's what I'm saying is what if I was to watch the movie, I would want to know what brought these 4 very different people together to be friends. Why are they friends? Why is the fat black woman, the fat white guy, the regular white woman, and the fat queer guy, why are they friends? What brings them together? This game? That's what they're trying to play it off as, is this game brings them together. They used to
Right.
play it as kids. But as someone who's been to college, graduated, left college, there are people I was friends with in college that even now we are so different and we don't get along. As much as I would like to get along, they don't want to get along with me because they can't see past politics.
Right.
And so unless, like
bet,
you
you
said,
know what?
unless,
You know what? I bet they all love to kill babies.
well, I think you brought up a good point earlier. You said that they look like they're all from California. So maybe they all are just woke liberals that are, you know, they bond over being Californians.
Well, I believe if they played a game together, I don't believe they stayed together for 20.
Yeah.
There's no way they consistently. Obviously, you know.
I have like 2 friends from high
hyper-analyzing
school
it.
I talk to. Okay, maybe it is. All right. Anyway,
Imagine not having friends from high school.
I have another clip from The Office, and this is just what we have lost
Oh.
in our day and age of comedy. We cannot get this anymore, and it's because everyone has such a weak backbone. No backbone, no spine. They can't handle this.
No spine.
People get no spine. People get offended on behalf of other people, and it's despicable. Let's watch this.
You don't call retarded people retards. It's bad taste. You call your friends retards when they're acting retarded.
It's so good, and we
So
don't
true.
get humor like this anymore. I mean, I looked up earlier, and I can look it up again, just 2022 comedy. And none of it looks good.
You're talking about movies.
Movies. Or let's see, TV. 2022 comedy TV.
What's that like? The something. That white woman who.
Amy
Funny.
Schumer?
Yeah. Or no, that's the other girl. She was in Thor: Love and Thunder. I don't remember, but
I don't know what you're talking about. Was she in something that just was dumb?
she was in like the all-female Ghostbusters, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. And that flopped.
Oh yeah. The funny thing is, the hard thing is, a lot of these movies already have investment, so to an extent they don't care that they flop. But eventually, I think eventually, the more and more that they make these movies and see that people just hate them,
Yeah.
like they don't get their money back. Eventually, they're gonna be like, okay, this message doesn't make money because people love money. And right now, what's trendy is LGBT, diversity, Black Lives Matter.
See, it's
the
a
movement.
forced trend, though, because I believe it is
Oh,
such
yeah.
a minority that is promoting it, and they're just louder than everyone else.
Right.
But nobody actually likes it.
But I will say, I think fairly quickly you'll see a drop in that type of quality, and it's going to be more bland. I don't know if they're ever going to get back to good quality stuff.
Yeah. I worked
see.
on a TV show last year over the summer called Single Drunk Female. It was straight to Hulu. Kind of like an ABC
It's
show.
my favorite TV show, Dryden.
And I worked on this show for a couple months, actually, towards the end of it. And it never made me laugh. I was there.
96% Rotten Tomatoes?
There's no way. It's 6.7 on IMDb. Let's see Rotten Tomatoes, the audience score. 84%.
No shot. Who watched this?
I don't know. No one's
Anyway.
watching this. Anyway, it's stupid millennial humor, and
Oh
it's
my
just,
god, I'm 34 and I get drunk every night. Oh my gosh.
Did you watch the show?
Oh, it's
That's
just
the
in
show.
title.
That's the show. It's straight up. This girl she's trying to recover from her alcohol addiction, and she also wants to get laid and find herself.
Oh
and
my
find
gosh,
love.
why won't someone marry me? I'm having sex with men like 5 times a day and no one loves me.
And I'm 35,
Oh my god.
past my expiration date for children.
Ugh.
Anyway, I found this leftist site. It's definitely a liberal site called De Grutier, maybe. And I wanted to read this. While the rest of the world is starting to look beyond the whitewashed representations of the past, these are the guardians of an imagery, racially segregated space that sees authenticity only in historical narratives populated by white bodies. Can we stop saying that? Bodies? Can we say people? Do you remember last year in the Senate all the time people were saying pregnant bodies
Oh, instead of wait.
and pregnant people, pregnant bodies.
Oh yeah,
Or
'cause
there was
they-
one that said bodies with vaginas, or like bodies with wombs, stuff like that.
That's just
It's-
blasphemy to God because he.
that's what it
we are
is.
Not identifying them as they were created is blasphemy.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to. I mean, a lot of the conservative commentators will go, "That's ridiculous. That's crazy. That's not facts
It's
and
crazy.
logic."
No. They're so dumb. Gotcha. Logic.
Yeah.
Own the
And
libs.
what we, the Christians, can say is, no, this is a deliberate attack on God's natural law and order and everything that he created.
I got it. It's me again. I was just asking, you know that Sodom and Gomorrah thing you did? So based, epic. Would love, just
round 2.
When is that coming for America? I mean, just let me know when to get out. I won't look back. I promise. Just
No salt for me.
Just wanted to check up on that. Okay.
Man.
Bye.
In this supposedly homogenous white space, people of color, or what I like to say is colored people, because it's the same thing. Colored people have to legitimize their presence with no guarantee that they will be heard by people who see their history as trivial. Nobody's seeing their history as trivial, but when you take Lord of the Rings, which this article talks about as well, which is a English mythological history.
Yeah, Tolkien specifically said, look at all these other European countries and nations.
Yeah.
They have mythology. England does not have this. I'm going to write and create a world mythology specifically English in nature. I want England to have culture and history, so I'm going to be English centered, which, okay, England now, who knows, but back then everyone was white because it was based upon the geography.
Exactly.
It's not because they're white, it's because they're English. It was specifically English, which is why we had a lot of English actors from the UK, even Lord of the Rings. I think a lot of the people are from, either they fake an accent or they have, they have pieces of it. They understand pieces. They don't understand why Tolkien did what he did.
Mm-hmm. He wanted to add value to the English culture.
Yes. And he did such a good job.
Now, if we were making an American show that in a healthy way was mythological, we can have black people and white people because that they are Americans.
Sure.
But when you look at England, it's predominantly white. But then they added a bunch of black people in the show, and fans got upset, not because they hate black people, but because they like the accuracy of what Tolkien started.
Fair-skinned, long hair with the elves, all this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm to the point now, I watched the first 3 episodes and said no more, just to see what it was about.
I haven't even watched it.
I'm at the point now where I'm like, it's fine. Like, I'm okay, I can live with myself, because this isn't Tolkien, this isn't Lord of the Rings. I don't need to criticize it because I know that it's just not accurate whatsoever, so I'm not going to bother with it anymore.
It's not worth it. It's not worth the energy.
Yeah.
Meaningful representation in popular culture of people of color or colored people is crucial. Why? Why is meaningful representation crucial?
It's their religion.
Are there people who are dying because they don't see someone who looks exactly like them on screen? Which, if you look back to the 90s, there was tons of sitcoms with black families, a whole black cast, and nobody was bothered by it. It wasn't seen as woke. It was just seen as, oh, this is what America looks like for black families. And that was okay. But now what we have is just not mirroring real life. We have the fat black woman, the fat gay guy, the fat white guy, and the white woman. That's not real life.
It's not realistic.
What would be realistic is a bunch of black people or a bunch of white people. Because it's not that I'm a fan of segregation. It's not that I hate black people. It's not that black people hate white people. It's just that people stick around people who are most like them. And culture is different.
And a lot of times culture can supersede ethnicity. Like, that's what one of the great things about America is, to an extent, our diversity. We have a lot of immigrants coming in legally, in the founding of America, bringing their skills. We have Little Italy. We have all these different ethnicities and cultures that came together, and we use that well to build a great country. Yeah. But the problem is when you try and come in, I don't care if you're from Europe immigrating illegally. I don't care where you come from. If you're coming illegally and you're coming and you're not assimilating to American culture, I don't want you.
So that's the thing, is what is the goal? Because Americans can rally behind the freedom of the American dream and that sort of thing. I have more in common with the Hodge twins than I do with any white late night show host.
Oh yeah.
All the Stevens,
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon. I have more in common with the Hodge twins, with Candace Owens, with Clarence Thomas, with
Commonality, culture.
That's the commonality. What goes way deeper than skin color.
Oh yeah.
So, like I said earlier, by allusion to, let's say there's a group of white guys with one black guy, why is he there? He's not there because he's forcing himself in for diversity's sake, because diversity for diversity's sake is stupid. No, he probably has something in common with them, more deeper than his skin color. Maybe they all drive cars together, like they're into Honda Civics, or, like, pick anything.
Yep.
And maybe they're all gamers. I had a bunch of friends in college, and I had a bunch of black friends. We've all grown apart because that's what happens after college. But I had a bunch of black friends, and the reason I had those friends is because we all liked anime and video games.
Yeah.
We all like Super Smash Brothers.
Nice.
And for whatever reason, black dudes can just rip on Super Smash Brothers. Like they got it. I don't know what it is. They have like the full like afro and like no edge line up at all. It's a meme. But yeah, so meaningful representation in popular culture of people of color is crucial. I don't think it is. I don't think it's crucial. I think everyone should make what they want to think. This is why I am now electing for nomination Tom Holland to be the next Black Panther.
Dude, no, it has to be Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds? Okay, Ryan Reynolds, next Black Panther, Ryan Reynolds.
Andrew Garfield, any of the Spider-Mans.
I think, yeah, Andrew Garfield. Let's get the most British guy possible to play Black Panther.
I'm trying to think of some names.
I think what's so funny is I remember all the people who were saying...
We have to have diversity.
They were saying this meaningful. Like, they meant this. They were like, what Black Panther did for black people was phenomenal. I'm like, really? A fake country called Wakanda? They couldn't even use, like, Nigeria or something? I mean, it's... Like, at least use a real country.
Yeah.
I have more in common with the people of Kenya than I do with people of Hollywood.
I will say this. I went and saw Black Panther in theaters when it happened.
Yeah.
Downtown, like, Lenox, or I don't know where it was. It was, like, downtown Atlanta.
Yeah.
Me and my brother walked in. We're, like, the only white people in, like, a 5-square radius. Walk in. I will say it was the best theater experience of my life. Because every time anyone walked on screen, they were just like, woo! Represent. They were hooping it hot. It was such a good time. I will say that. It was so funny.
They're down the. This was when I was in college when Black
All the women
Panther
just
came out. Like snatch your weave. When I was in Black Panther came out when I was in college, and I went with all of my black friends. I had a lot of them. And because what I would do is one of my friends would work with the children at the Y.
Yeah.
Like the day school or whatever, and I would help them every once in a while. I would go and help down at the Y with all these minority kids because they were just downtown minority kids. We went and watched the movie with them, and it was a great experience.
Awesome.
It was awesome. Like, these kids dressed up. They were wearing their Black Panther costumes. It was great.
Yeah.
It was so cool. But yeah, let's go to the comment section to see if I have anything. Ryan Reynolds for Black Panther 2. That's all I can
Ryan
say.
Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. That would not go well if Justin Bieber. There's like videos of him saying the
Eminem.
All right, let's see. Let's read some comments. This is from Glitch the B Word. As a full-blown gay femboy, nothing can stop us. Femboys are contagious. You yourself are slowly turning into a femboy.
Can confirm.
Guys, I have an announcement to make. I am a... He's pulling out his cross.
Stay away.
I am
Crisis King.
a reformed bad boy, and I'm also a femboy.
Reformed femboy.
Reformed femboy.
Change their name. Twitter handle. Reformed femboy.
Yeah, I get this comment all the time where people talk about George. I get this comment all the time where people are like, "You're just actually a closeted gay," or like, "You're actually just a femboy, and you hate yourself for it, so you're trying to bash other people." And I don't know how they keep getting it right, but how do they know? How did they know? Oh man, all right, let's see. The end of the time is near. God help us all. That's not true. I've literally talked about this before in the podcast.
The world.
Yeah. Let's see. Good. Mrs. Maloney crushed that speech. This is about the new Italian prime minister. She's awesome. It's heartwarming to hear that someone stood up against the evils of society. I pray Mrs. Maloney well on her leadership role in Italy.
You know what we need to do? We need to send her a plate carrier. Probably needs it for the things she said.
Definitely. Wandelin's lexicon. I don't know how to pronounce it. It says, imagine you being a mother of a baby, which would be some person who really changes the world through Jesus Christ, and you decide to kill it before it sees light. Tears, huge tears. Yeah, I made that point in the last podcast episode. Is like, I don't think we address that enough, that it's a mother killing her own baby. Because sometimes, even on the pro-life side, we can think of it of just like, oh, she's killing the baby, or a baby. That is her child.
Yeah.
That is 50% of her DNA with her male counterpart, whoever that guy was.
Yeah.
I'm sad for all the beloved babies who God created and had great plans with, and parents who decided to kill them. Let us pray that humans don't value humans after their works, but after their being an image of God, which God gave unpayable eternal value. True. Let's see. Anything else? I think that's kind of it for the comment section. Make sure you guys leave comments so I have something to read in the future episodes of Point Blank. That's pretty much all I got for you guys. Leave a comment.
Yeah.
If you're watching on any of the podcast platforms, like I said, Audible, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, make sure you leave a review and join in the conversation. You can join in the conversation by joining my Discord and actually, like, literally joining the conversation. Also, huge thanks to my Patreon supporters. I am working on special perks for the Patreon supporters other than just being in the video. So I'm working on that stuff. Stuff will come out soon for the Patreon supporters. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful, amazing, wonderful Monday morning, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.
I want milky. I want milk. Mommy milkers.